Hey, welcome to Dr. Trow's TV channel. We are going to teach the people how to make simple salt water to gargle because of the coronavirus, the COVID-19. We want to ensure that there's a cheap and cost-effective way to make salt water. I've got my colleague over here who's also my wife, and she's going to limit me to cost effectiveness. So today we've got a couple of things. We've got cheap chopsticks. You could use drumsticks if you like, if you're in a band, or you can just go and cut the tree outside. They are measuring sticks, and they're also there for mixing the solution. We've got a vase. We've used our flower vase, which is for our flowers, our roses, and we have a electronic scale. Because we're super rich, and we've got 2 bottles of water. They're 500 mils each. We have some salt, table salt. We have a spoon. We have a small little dish. Heaven knows what you call this dish, but it's just very small. And we have a plate. We have a knife. I have no idea what we're going to use a knife for, but there's a reason for this. And do you wish to say anything before we do the concoction?
Yes, actually, he said that mix the salt, but you know the salt, 0.9% salt, they often sell in the shop for whack the mouth. So in Vietnam, they sell about $50 for a bottle, 500 liter. But we want to save minimum the cost. That's why we just want to make 500 ml salt water. 0.9% costs about 1,000 Vietnam dong. So we try to do this way.
Okay, so without further ado, we have 2 chopsticks. We actually only need 1, but because they come in pairs, we've put the other one on the table. What we are going to do is we're going to do a simple thing. Most people have a tablespoon, not a teaspoon, a tablespoon, most people.
Yes.
So what we want to do is we want to load up some table salt into the spoon.
Yes.
And then we want to flatten it out so that it reaches the rim of the tablespoon.
Yes.
And usually by then you get to about 9 grams. Now you don't want to go over, otherwise it's going to be totally too salty.
Yes.
So now 9 grams is the correct weight,
9
right?
grams.
So this is obviously very perfect because I'm just fantastic. And so what we're going to do is we've measured it out sort of level.
Yes.
As you can see there. I haven't got my glasses on, so I'm assuming it's level. We're going to smash it in here.
Yes.
Of course it's going to be perfect. So we put it on the measuring thing. Right, we'll first have to turn it on.
Yes.
Can you work that electronic contraption? Okay, so how we're going to do it first is for a simple method of measuring. Most people have a tablespoon.
Yes.
Not a teaspoon. Tablespoon.
Yes.
What we're going to do is we are going to load up some table salt, and then we're going to use the chopstick to even it off on the tablespoon to the rim.
Yes.
And then what that will do, that should give you very close to 9 milligrams, if a slight tad less.
Yes.
Then what we're going to do is we're going to throw this directly into this vase or vase.
This clean by, we clean it properly
empty,
and empty.
right?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this, and I'll tell you why I put it in first. Because then we're going to add the water.
Yes.
Now, before we add the water and that, there are for the more upmarket professionals, there is a scale.
Yes.
And my co-worker will first weigh the little bowl.
Yeah, and then I set it to 0 gram.
You set it to 0 gram, right?
Yes, and then you can.
Okay, so now what we do is you just simply add. It's a.
Exact.
And that gives you 6. And then we add a little tad more. And that'll give you 8.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very close now.
Very
it's so
close.
Okay, I'm just fantastic. And there you now we still
little bit more.
a couple of grains more. And there you go.
So you go up to 9 gram. Okay.
9 grams.
9 gram. You can see it's 9 gram. Okay.
Okay.
So
And this
good.
is what it looks like. It looks about that much.
Yes.
And it'll be exactly the same as what we've put in here.
Yes.
Okay, with a few grams here or there.
Yeah.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we've got the salt from the first measurement. And then we're going to throw the water
Pour the
in.
water in.
So the reason why I do that is because now it's automatically going to mix.
Yes.
Now, I've seen some videos where they do it the other way. It doesn't really matter. There's nothing in it. So we've got 500 mils here.
Yes.
And we're going to put a liter in.
This
So
is clear water, you know, the
Clear,
clean
fresh,
water.
clean water.
Fresh water.
So here we go. Pity it's not beer. Unfortunately, salt and beer don't mix. So that's one.
Yeah, one.
Now we do the second one.
Yes.
Happy with that? Okay,
Yes.
second one, here we go.
And now you need
Now the aim of this is not to drink it or gargle it in one go. The aim of this is to last you a few days because salt water does not go off.
Yes.
So I'll use one of the chopsticks,
chopstick.
and I'm going to make a vortex here of water.
If you not have chopstick, you can use a spoon or whatever. It's long enough to mix the water.
Or if
that
it's a closed bottle, you can just shake it up
Shake
and
it,
down
yeah.
until you don't see any of the pieces floating of salt.
Yes.
So I think we're very close.
Very close. Yes.
Let's see, is that it or is that just air?
I think that's it air. That's air, I think. Yeah, because it float up, so I think it's air.
Yeah, all right, so there you go. So this is salt water now.
Yes.
Sounds good.
So after you mix 9 grams of salt in 1 liter of water, you have the result like this. So now my husband, Dr. Trâu, he will explain to you how to use the salt water, how many times per day and all that.
So yeah, thank you for that. What we're going to be looking at is focusing to have, when you wake up in the morning, gargle a little bit on this, then spit it out, and then when you get to lunchtime, just after lunch, you can gargle with this and then spit it out, and then just before you go to bed, then gargle with this and then spit it out. By that time, it should last you 1 or 2 or 3 days
Yes.
per se.
Yes. And it is that after 2 or 3 days you can redo like this, and you can no need to buy, and you still have salt water to use to wash your mouth, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So there's a nice and very cost-effective way
Yes.
to make some salt water.
And especially when some countries they don't allow the people go out. So
Yes, that's right.
you can mix it at home, you can use it. You don't need to go out to buy it. I think that's a perfect idea.
Yeah, with the COVID, there's a lot of social distance protocols being put in
Yes.
place, and many of the countries are struggling at the moment. So you can do this right at home.
Right at home, yeah.
For all the kids, the families,
Yes.
perhaps the chickens, the dogs, the cats, the buffaloes. Everybody can get a chance to gargle, right? So hopefully that video was entertaining. It's short and nice and sweet.
Yes.
And catch you at the next one. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe our channel, and also like and share my channel, please.